Shallow. I know I've been gone for fucking ever. I don't even remember the last time I made a video. I'm gonna guess it's been over 6 months. As you can see, that's new. I've gotten a new, well, I got a new tattoo, I think 2 days ago. Yeah, it says beauty's only skin deep. I got like right on my collarbones. I'm too fat, but I have collarbones under there. What was I gonna say? I also have pretty stretched ears now. They are double zeros, which I do believe is 9 millimeters. Stop doing that. Yeah, so there's quite a few updates of some shit that I've got to talk to you about. I discovered like a lot about myself over these past few months or so. Over the summer, like I got pretty depressed and I started doing dumb shit and I was hurting myself and I got put into the hospital for 12 days. And when I say the hospital, psychiatric ward, the nut house, whatever. I got put in there for 12 days. Well, actually, I voluntarily went. I went to one, like, therapy appointment, and I was telling her everything. Like, I was completely honest with her. I told her about how I had tried to kill myself in front of my mom. It was bad. It was really bad. And, that was like the day before I went to the therapy appointment when I did that. And she's like, well, I recommend that you go to this building in the hospital, and it's the psychiatric ward, and it's inpatient, it's not outpatient, so you'll stay there. And she's like, do you want to go? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go because I care enough about my health. And, really, in my opinion, it's kind of just like a bunch of bullshit, like pharmaceuticals. Like, when I got into the hospital, it's all they wanted to do was, here, take this pill, take this Ativan, it'll calm you down, take this, take that. And I was refusing the medications for a very long time. Well, not really, for 3 days. I was refusing the medications because I didn't want to go on them, because personally I was like, you know what, I've been fine for 18 years without medication, and now you're saying I need that medication to be a fucking normal person? I just don't get it. They said that I have bipolar and ADHD, which ADHD I already knew about, but bipolar, I don't know, it's a bit more, I don't know, people don't really like the word. Whenever you say, hi, I'm bipolar, they're like, oh, you're fucking psycho. But really, no, it's not like that. It's not like you're overly mad or anything. It's really just manic depressive, which means you go through phases of mania and then depression. And mania is really just like when you have racing thoughts and sometimes insomnia. I had really bad insomnia. I didn't sleep for 3 days. When I first went to the hospital, I was on 3 days no sleep. And I hadn't eaten or really drank anything because I just was so fucking stressed out and freaking out that I just didn't even think about it. Yeah, like, I mean, thought about the sleep. I really wanted to sleep, but I couldn't. Insomnia fucking sucks. I had came clean to my whole family that I was self-harming, and I don't know, it just all got really overwhelming really fast. I couldn't stop, like, I don't know, I couldn't stop overanalyzing things. Like, I thought every little thing out before I did it, and thought about how it would affect the other person, and everything, just ridiculous shit. Like, I'd go home and analyze my whole day before I could sleep. They put me on medication after 3 days, forcefully. They, injected me in the ass cheek. Yeah, with Haldol. I don't know, some people might know what that is. I didn't until I got injected with it. Haldol is like a sedative, or like a really powerful sedative, and it knocks you the fuck out. Like, I slept for about 15 hours or something, but that was because I hadn't slept for 3 days until I got injected. But oh my god, that was so painful, and it was a terrible experience. I started crying because I couldn't get a hold of my mom, and I knew that she was off fucking smoking crack. I don't think I've ever told you guys, maybe I have told you guys, that my mom has crack issues, like, currently, to this day. But, she would visit me every day in the hospital, and so did my dad, but I couldn't get a hold of her, and I knew, because it was a Friday, she had just gotten her paycheck, and her phone was off, and that's like her 3 signs right there. And, I knew she was off smoking crack, and I got pissed off, and I threw my folder down with all my numbers in it, and, like, patient information. Yes, I slid down the wall, and then I was sitting there crying my eyes out because I was pissed, and I was tired and fucking angry, and I hated the hospital, and I just wanted to go home, and it's like a jail. They don't let you leave. They don't let you go outside. They don't let you do shit. Well, like, they came up to me, the workers did, some of the staff, and they were like, what's wrong, what's wrong? I said, my mom's off smoking crack, and they're like, no, you just think that because you're manic. And I was like rubbing my arm, and I got pissed. I'm like, don't fucking tell me that I'm wrong when she does this shit all the time. You have no idea. Like, they said, your mother doesn't seem like the type of person that would do that. Well, you know what? You don't know my mother one bit. You've met her like twice. Follow me around and stuff, and I was like, would you leave me the fuck alone? They're like, we can't leave you alone right now. We're scared for what you might do. I'm like, okay, what the fuck ever. And I was just like walking up and down the halls, and then I walked into my room, and then this one girl came in there that was like more my age, and she started talking to me about the posters and stuff that I had made and put up on my door, just because it was something to do in there, because there's nothing to do but either do art projects or watch TV with other crazy ass people. Yeah, it was me and her, and we were talking about my posters, and then all of a sudden, like, we were sitting in the doorway. I was on the inside, she was like closer to the hallway, and I seen these 4 security guards like walk up towards my door with a huge ass needle, like huge. It was fucking huge. I don't know how big around it was, but it was huge. And I freaked out. Like, I tried to run out of the room, and then they grabbed me, and then somehow got me on the bed. I don't even remember getting onto the bed. I just remember them saying they're gonna give me a shot. Well, they didn't really say it. I was like, no, I don't want it. I was screaming, actually, because I was fucking scared. I didn't want to be injected with God knows what. They, like, basically pulled down my pants. Yeah, I didn't get to pull down my pants or anything. They fucking had a bunch of people holding me down and pulled down my pants and said, "Shh," and injected it, and it was really thick and painful. Because they have to watch you shave. Like, you can't shave anything without them watching you. Your legs or your armpits or nothing. I became friends with some of the patients in there. And it was not fun, but, like, I actually got used to those people. So then when I got out of the hospital, at first I missed it. And then I'm like, fuck that. Never would want to go back. Well, I got sent to another hospital like a month later after that. I got sent to Hillsdale because I tried to stop taking the pills that they have me on. They have me on lithium for bipolar, and then Seroquel at night, which is like to make me sleep. But it's also, I guess it's a mood stabilizer too, so could contribute to bipolar issues or whatever. And they have me on Concerta. But I was like getting, I don't know, really, when I was on all those medications, and I was on another one, I was on a medication called 10X. Somehow it was just like too much for my body, and I kept on like having, I thought I was having heart attacks. Like, my heart would be pounding out my chest. Oh, and I kept getting really bad panic attacks. Like, I was getting panic attacks at school. Because I quit taking all my pills for 2 days, I want to say. Yeah, only 2 days. Your body, when you stop taking lithium, you have lithium withdrawals. And I guess it could, I don't know, there's a bunch of shit that can happen. But what happened to me, I don't know which medication it was from, that I stopped taking. But I was tripping balls, like tripping fucking balls. I thought I was high. I felt like I've never done meth and I've never done like any hard drugs or anything like that, but it felt like I was either on like meth or crack or something, and I don't know what that would feel like, but just that's what it seemed like. I felt tweaky, but then on top of that, I was literally having hallucination, kind of like I don't know, my vision was waving. Like, I'd go up to someone and their eyebrows would be moving up and down when they weren't actually moving, and people's pupils, I don't know, one would get bigger and then one would get smaller, and they'd keep switching. And like, if I just looked at anything, it would like wave through the air. Like, it was all wavy. My vision was wavy. I could not take it. I wanted to go outside and smoke a cigarette, and he was all freaking out at me. No, you're not safe. No, you're not safe. And I was like, Jake, I'm gonna go out there anyway. And he kept like trying to push me away from the door. I was saying, you can't go out there by yourself. You know, you're like a little kid, Katie. You're special. I'm like, I'm not fucking special. I'm an adult. I can go out there and smoke a cigarette if I want to, damn it. He like ended up picking me up and like throwing me down on the floor, kind of, and then he locked me in the room. And well, actually no, I locked myself in there to get away from him. And I seen a phone in there because I wanted to call 911 on him because he had choked me and shit. And I started to call 911, but then he fucking heard that and he like busted through the door, and then he hung it up because I just want to go to the hospital. I was like scared for my life at that point. I did not feel right. I felt like I was fucking dying. I ended up having them taking me to the actual hospital, and they took my blood and made me pee in a cup and everything. And then a couple hours later, I was probably gonna go to the Anderson building, well, which is the mental hospital that I went to last time, for 12 days. But then because it was full, they ended up sending me all the way to this one in Hillsdale, and it was a terrible place. They made me take out all my piercings. So I was there for 6 days. They put me back on all my medications, and my tongue closed up. So it was out for 6 days and it closed up. I was pretty pissed. I wanted to get it re-pierced, and I didn't want to pierce it myself again, really, because for one, I didn't have any of the stuff, and for two, I just thought it'd be quicker and easier to just go get it pierced professionally. That was not such a great idea. I mean, I should have went to the shop that I normally go to, Cloverland, when they pierced my tongue before, and then when it closed up last time at the dentist, I just re-pierced through that same hole that they used. Well, I went to this place called Dreadnought, and I tell you what, I will never go there ever again. I'll tell everybody that I know, never fucking go there, because they'll kill you. I almost died when I got my tongue pierced there. Yes. The one person that says like, oh, don't worry, they'll never hit a vein, blah blah blah. Well, I was the person that got hit, because I got a vein in the middle of my tongue, and she should have just pierced it where the old scar was. Right there. And she pierced it literally on the tip of my tongue, through my middle vein, like right there on the bottom. Right there. She pierced it on the tip of my tongue, and then I had to walk home from there, and it was like a 20-minute walk, and the whole way home, when I was walking, I was spitting up blood. Then I got home, and I kept trying to make the bleeding stop, because I had never had that problem with my tongue before. It never really bled that much. It would bleed maybe a little bit, and then it would stop after like not even 5 minutes, if that. And I was using like toilet paper, because that's really all I had and I was like applying pressure around it, but it's really hard to apply pressure when you have a fucking tongue ring in your tongue. It had been like an hour and it hadn't stopped, and I got freaked out, so I called them, Dreadnought, and I said, I just got my tongue pierced there, and my tongue still hasn't stopped bleeding. And they're like, oh, that's normal, you know, just swish with mouthwash and try sucking on some ice, it'll stop. I tried everything, none of that worked. I had to keep spitting out the blood, otherwise my mouth would fill up so fast. Like, I don't know, I swallowed a bunch of it on the way back, like walking, because I didn't know it was blood at first, and so after I did all that and it hadn't stopped and it had been another hour, I called them back and I was like, yeah, it still hasn't stopped bleeding and it's getting worse. They're like, well, you might want to go to the ER then. I'm like, really? So yeah, I had to go to the emergency room for my tongue, and I sat there for 5 hours before they fucking waited on me, or like came to me and actually seen the problem, and I still hadn't taken out the tongue ring because I didn't want to have to lose the piercing, and I didn't, I don't know, I've heard a story about if you take it out, like the blood will fill up inside your tongue and make your tongue turn black. I was scared of that. That's not true though. When they finally seen me, I had already, at the hospital alone, bled through freaking 8 washcloths, white washcloths, filled them completely full of blood, and I had just been throwing it in the trash can, which was not sanitary, but they weren't helping me, so I had to find my own shit. You know, like the bins, like the urine bins, those big ones. Well, I kept spitting the blood in there, and it literally got like 2 inches full. And then when they finally see me, they're like, oh yeah, you gotta take it out. I'm like, well, nobody fucking told me. Nobody came up and even asked me what's going on, really. You guys just put me in a room and then left me for 4 hours. And I was there with my grandma and grandpa, and I also went through a bunch of tissues and paper towels and other shit, like getting to the hospital room, actually, so I could find the washcloths. I should have got a towel and just been sitting there. But when she made me take it out, like, they put like a baby pad, or like, I don't know what you'd call it, like the little pads that they weigh the babies on with the cottony stuff. It's like a giant pad, really. They put that down in front of me like a bib, kind of, and they said, stick your tongue out after I took it out, and literally my blood was just flowing out of my tongue like a river. It was like, and it was going all down me and shit. She's like, oh my god, that's bleeding pretty bad. I'm like, yeah, no shit. She told me I might have to get stitches in it if we couldn't get the bleeding to stop, because she said it was bleeding really, really bad. And it's really not easy to stitch a tongue, according to her. She said it would be very, very painful because they couldn't numb it, and that it would just end up bleeding a lot more. I'm like, okay. So they made me take it out and then take gauze and hold it on the top of my tongue where the hole was there, and then on the bottom, like with extreme pressure, like pushing really hard, which hurt like a bitch, for like 45 minutes, and then it finally stopped. I was so fucking pissed. I went to Dreadnought and I asked for my money back. I said, you know, I showed them my tongue. I said I had to go to the emergency room. I didn't get a piercing out of it or anything. I want my money back. They said, no, we can't give you your money back, but we'll give you another piercing for free. I'm like, ha! You guys are fucking insane if you think that you're gonna touch me with the needle again. That's where my sister got her tattoo. She has like a tattoo on her arm, and it's writing, it's for her son. But it's like, people have told me to go there for my tattoo. I didn't, though. I went to this place called Twisted Ink, and this was $70. Everybody that I've been talking to said that that's really expensive, but I don't know. I like good quality work. And he told me that if it needs to be touched up, I get it touched up for free, so I don't know. And the dude was really cool. I like to go to people that are fun. At Cloverland, I'll go there for my piercings because it's nice and short and it's like easy. I don't know, but they're douches. They're fucking douches, all of them. They're just dicks. Like, my sister got her nose pierced there, and it was bleeding, and nobody even got her a tissue or anything. She had to get up herself and walk and find some paper towel and stop it, and he didn't tell her how to take care of it. Nothing. Yeah. I feel like I haven't been looking at the camera at all this whole time. Man, my mouth is so dry. I guess I could show you guys a closer view of this. What is that red splotch? Beauties only. Skin deep. It's on my collarbones. Oh yeah, I said that already. About 12 times. My ear. See my tattoo through my ear. Yeah. Don't judge me just because I'm crazy. Just because I'm bipolar and ADHD diagnosed now doesn't mean that I'm not still fucking awesome. Is that conceited? Nah. My hair's getting long. If you want to see it, I'll take it out of this little side braid thing on my chick. I don't know what color hair I had last time. I think I just had brown. Something like that. Well, it's all black now. Yeah. It's all crazy. But yeah. Like, I know this is gonna sound gross or weird. I'm pretty sure almost all girls do this when their hair gets long enough. Like, they use their nipple as a measurement as how much it's growing. Like, I don't know. Mine's almost to my nipple. It's like, got that much to go. When it's wet. When it's dry, it's not that long. But I always, like, when I'm in the shower, I always open up the curtain and look in the mirror and let my hair go all the way down and I measure it. It's grown a lot in the past few weeks. I'm about to go get it trimmed on Thursday. Shit. As of now, posting this video, it's New Year's Eve. So that means it's gonna be 2014. What are your guys' plans for New Year's Eve? You guys gonna get drunk? Maybe smoke a little? Herbeth? Some miracle marijuana? I would tell you guys my plans, but I'm a loser, I don't got none. Just kidding. I am a loser, but I got plans. I'm going to a party. Yeah. I think it'll be fun. If I can get some money, then it'll be fun. I've got shit to do. I'm like staying up so late because I can't sleep right now. But at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. in the morning / afternoon coming up, this kid Sean wants to take me out and get me outfits. Don't ask me why, because we're not dating or talking or anything. I think he likes me. Maybe that's why. He's just trying to butter me up. You can buy me clothes, but I ain't gonna sex you. I'll sex the clothes though. No. I'll clothes you and then sex you later. I guess I could show you guys my scars on my wrist. I don't self-harm anymore, but I still have some kind of scars. Well, if I can. This is a rubber band thing. Why do they look so red in this camera? They're not really that red looking. Oh, don't look that red now. I'm gonna cover it up with a tattoo eventually. Ooh, I'm upside down. I just don't know what to put yet. If there's anybody, like, if there's anybody who ever wants to talk about self-harm or, I don't know, just any struggles that you're going through and you need someone to talk to, I'm here for anyone. I know what it's like to go through some tough times and be depressed or, I don't know, hate yourself because of dumb shit. But it will get better. Almost always it just gets better on its own. and then you look at the past and you're like, oh my god, why was I fucking freaking out over just little petty stuff? I know that everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why I didn't succeed at killing myself, because I'm supposed to be here to make you guys videos, duh. Did you miss me? Come on. I know you missed me a little bit. Oh, it's okay. I miss you too. I'll see you guys in 2014.